rising to all of my kings and queens doing tremendous things. I am Altitude representing Building Never Minds, the hip hop workshop, and I'm renovating minds one rhyme at a time. And here I am back with another episode of Soundcheck with none other than my brother from another mother, the one and only Tony Jones, aka June 88. Introduce yourself to the people before we get started. And let's rock. Let's talk
What's
about
up, everybody? It's your boy June 88, bring the good, bad, and also ugly. Jones Street TV. He gonna link it in the description. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to do this for God knows how long.
Let's start with the show. We got a show coming up August 30th.
Yes.
At the Bath House Cultural Center. It's gonna be 521 East Lutheran at White Rock Lake. Gonna be overlooking downtown Dallas. Gonna be a beautiful setting. A dope, eclectic group of artists. You know, yes. I'll put obviously the link in the bio and obviously the picture up here where you can see it as we're talking. But you know, somewhere up there in the screen. You know, but let's talk about the show.
Life has been lifing, you know. Mm-hmm. So in the midst of lifing, I got an email from them saying, "Oh, we're starting back opening up and starting back our shows again. So we want to, everybody who wants to be a part, just applies." I'm like, all right. That was back in, I think like in April, around that time. So I'm like, all right, cool. They hit them back to like, I hit them back up like, yo, so what's, in the June, like, we're going to tell you about something in June. Like, all right, June here, like, all right, what's going on? She said, we wrapping up everything. So first show got booked. Then I'm like, I get a snag another? Like, yeah, gave me another date. I'll talk about that later. But this August 31st, Jordan, is the fall vibes, man. It's like, I feel like with us, it's like our shows always like spread out. We never got like, we get a rhythm and something happens. So it's like we finally got like a boom. Mm-hmm. Then we can backdoor with another. Then it's just like, I feel like everything be spread out. So it's like, I'm glad that they gave us that. So it's like we got time to prep for some stuff, other things. But then in the midst of that, we can still like do other thing, like, yo, between that and whatever we're gonna do later in the future, like.
Right.
So, but the vibe is there, is real dope. Like, he told me about the spot and I hit him up. He said, yo, you need to hit this spot up. And it didn't work out in the beginning, but now it does. But it's like, the vibe is crazy. Like, I like the overlook of the water, and I like the other parts of this place they have too. So it's really cool. It's a really dope spot.
Right. Like, I was at a show and I was watching my homegirl Kamika King perform. Super dope, talented artist. Definitely got to work with her in the future. It was so dope to see her perform at that spot. The crowd that was there, the energy that was involved, and just the spot. You know, like you said, overlooking the water, downtown Dallas. It's at a very popular park, White Rock Lake. So it was one of those things where I said, we got to get in here. And that was last year. Yeah. You know, so a year in the making to get on this bill, on this card. And we finally got it. Finally got through to them, because it's all politics. It's all, you know, playing the game and, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies, and, you know, making phone calls, emails, all of that, especially as an independent artist and, you know, as your own promoter. You know, tour planner, booking agent, all of that, which, you know, the complications of getting this show kind of leads me in and segues into the topic that I want to discuss, is the struggles of an independent artist. Like, you want to touch on that a little bit?
Man, look, I've been doing this 13 years. Mm-hmm. And from doing it at my college, having a good run there, outgrowing it, then to meeting my bro here, and him seeing the vision of what I'm trying to do, like, yo, we can do it this way. Like, yo, it's like play calling football. Like, yo, let's not run this play. I could get us in the end zone this way.
Right.
You sure? Like, yeah, let's do it. And I saw what he was saying. Like, he called an audible. Like, all right, cool. So ever since then, it's just like, with us, it's all about finding, quote unquote, a residency. Like, we had that for almost a year and a half.
Almost a year. Yep.
At IBK. And once they changed hands, it's like everything fell to crap. Then we found another spot, same situation. Then pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. Then gotta re-up on everything. Like, you've been down so long, you finally get out now, gotta rebuild off of the back that you already like, dang, we gotta win our own fans back over again.
Right.
We gotta, like, y'all know us, y'all know how to get down, so come out.
Right.
So it's like the main thing about it is like, I told them, we gonna see who our real people are when you have to pay to come see us. Because we can't continue to give y'all free quality shows, like above and beyond show. We get there, give you all our energy, even after the show, we sitting back talking to y'all. Hell, we may even go out to eat with y'all. So it's like, we giving you all of us and more, then getting up the next day and going to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen them do it. Like, on a Friday night,
man,
it'd be like 2, 3 in the morning. And he's like, I ain't even gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna stay home, be up until I gotta go to work. Like, bro, you was a trooper. I don't know how you do it. So it's like,
hey, it's the sacrifice. It's the grind. The one thing about it is that, you can't keep giving things away for free. You can't keep giving free shows. You can't keep giving, like back in the day when we used to hand mixtapes out. Like, hey man, them days are over. Like, the thing about it is, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Talk to 'em.
And when you have business and LLCs and you have names involved in it and everybody got to get paid, and then when you start submitting your music, like with DistroKid, you start dealing with splits and all this other kind of stuff, like the sacrifices that we make to buy this equipment, to buy all of the stuff that you see here, the setup, the podcast setup, the recording setup, all of those different things y'all have seen on this channel, like the mixer board I just recently got. Like, all of that stuff costs and it comes out of pocket. In order to recoup, you have to put it on the consumer. Yeah. Now, the one thing I don't like that independent artists do is overcharge the consumer. Like, at my belief is that a show, if it's over $10, like, I mean, at the end of the day, a show shouldn't be $10. I shouldn't be paying $20, $30, $40 to see independent artists. But at the same time, 10, 15, that's cool. Like, I'm always down with that. I went to Deep Ellum to watch my bro perform. Paid $10, and we had a hell of a good time. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where, as an independent artist, there's so many different struggles that go into making the music. But you know what they don't see?
What they don't see?
They don't see the time that it takes, the dedication.
Talk to them.
Writing your lyrics, memorizing your bars, working on rehearsals, setup, buying the equipment, booking the shows, and then all the consumer sees is you performing for 20 minutes and then they're out.
But you know what, another thing, going back to what you said about overcharging, a lot of these people don't know the game. They don't, like, they won't sit down with me or sit down like you, and like, they like, yo, if I can buy this venue that's, and then again, let me say this, don't get what you can't afford. If you know you cannot afford the House of Blues or the Granada Theater, don't rent that venue out. Even if you know, okay, this venue costs this amount of money.
You got to know your audience.
Yeah, you got to know your audience. We've learned that the hard way. We've learned that.
Yep. And
you thinking you're going to get something, because people been begging for it. Then when you give them what they want, they look like, dang, I didn't.
Right.
Like, we didn't put in all this money, but
I'd rather underbook and the crowd is pouring out the door than to overbook and it's like, oh, we got all these empty seats here.
Yeah, and it's like see, like, the venue may be nice, but if it's 1,000, 200, 2,000, whatever, like, if you can't afford that and you're doing it off the strength of, okay, I got these people, and I had to tell a homegirl that, like, yo, just because you have a name doesn't mean it's gonna draw.
Right.
We've been there too. That's something we've experienced. Like, just because you got a name don't mean you're going to get a draw. Like, it don't work that way. You got to know and build around your audience. If you know your audience is this way, you got to build around it. Get a smaller venue and charge $10 opposed to getting a big venue, you got to charge $15, $20. Like,
right.
A lot of people ain't going like, why am I coming to see this person I never heard before?
Right.
I know that person, but I don't care about that person. I mean, like, they're gonna care because once they see it perform, you become a fan. But like, you got to make your shows.
You got to make it a draw.
Yeah. And I think I do a good job, and we do a good job doing it because it's us and people know us. And they like, oh, I haven't seen those guys in a while. Let me go see what they've been up to.
Right.
And like, you got to build. You got to know what you want to build, because you can have 20 people on a card and not draw, and still draw 5 people.
Yeah.
Because people can say, oh, I'm gonna tell all my people to come out, but only 3 people come out, and this person like I got 20 people on this. It should be more. Like nah.
Right. Yeah, it don't work that way. Like, and so the one thing about it for me is that the struggles of an independent artist is super real, and a lot of people don't talk about it. But everything is in your hands, and so if you're not going out there and getting in advance of signing the 360, signing your life away, then you in the trenches doing it yourself. Now, the one positive about being an independent artist is that all of the money that I make is mine.
Oh yeah.
So that's the one thing. It's like you can either reinvest it back into yourself, back into equipment, back into the group, the band, whatever it is. But the one thing I don't have to worry about is like my splits being taken or like royalties being like taken by some company or whatever. So I'd rather that little bit that I do get, like it's all me. It's 100% me. And it's that, I want the credit, whether I'm losing or winning. I want the credit if I'm up or down.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't see it like that. Because I met a cat, like, yo, he wanted to do his own shows. Like, bro, it's not easy. Mm-hmm. You know how many no's I got, not many emails.
Still get.
It's like, especially if it's a spot that you want, in your mind you thinking one thing, they give you that price.
Right.
They give you that, look here. Look here.
And it's real when the glasses come out.
That price will will humble you.
Right.
Man, they give you a price. I was like, yo, oh Lord Jesus. You got hit with the, that's a little bit out of my budget. I'll get at y'all later. Mm-hmm. And no, you ain't gonna get back up later because you can never probably afford it as an independent artist. Like, it's like, that's why you gotta sell merch. Mm-hmm. You gotta sell physical copies, even though people don't have CD players, just for memorabilia free, like, I could put this autographed copy of, I just sent him a picture of, I got an old mixtape, like, look what I got. Mm-hmm. There's little things like that, like, I got this, ain't nobody else got this, I guarantee nobody still had that copy.
Right.
Like, I got something, a piece of history that nobody else probably had.
Right, because ain't no more copies getting made. So.
It's like
whoever got it, got it. That's
it's like, I remember when ADD Pop dropped Pig Fight, had these CDs and they had the pig on it. Like, it was crazy. Like, nobody has that anymore. There's probably a few people that still have it, but like thinking about it, like, and they're not even a group anymore. But it's like I got a piece of history.
Right.
These physical copies are just, especially if it's a dope package, like, I like this, I'm gonna keep this. A t-shirt, you gotta sell it, then the money you get back. I made $900 off this. Like, no, that's $900 you gotta put back.
Right.
That's $900, you gotta like pocket some of it and invest the rest of it. You gotta know, because the most you're gonna spend as an independent artist is on video shoots, beats, studio time if you don't have your own. And
which I would never pay for studio time again. Y'all already know that. Y'all know that for sure.
It's like me neither. It's like you spend on video shoots, studio time, merch. Like, you're gonna spend money.
Right.
You're going, like, you know how stupid it is to go to a studio session and pay $70 for an hour and you're not even gonna get what you want out of that hour?
Out of that hour. Like, I think people underestimate their time when they go in the studio. They don't realize the intangibles of, like, literally some of the editing process chips away from your recording time too, because you're thinking like, we just gonna record. Nah, unless you got them lyrics honed in, dialed in, I can go in there and spit it in one take. Let's hop to the next song. That's why anytime I record with somebody, I always tell them, hey, like, we're gonna record everything raw, hop to the next song, record, hop to the next song, record, hop to the next song. Mm-hmm. Then we'll come back and have a straight up editing day. Like, that's how we do it. Because if you record, edit, man, that hour, you'll probably record a verse and a half.
It ain't even that.
In an hour.
It's not even that.
You just wasted that money.
It's the.
Don't let the engineer not know what he's doing either. That's a whole nother thing.
And it's the. You think if it's your first time going to the studio, you're gonna burn through that hour. Like,
oh yeah, it's gone.
Because you're gonna be like, wait, go back. I messed up. Can we do that? You look at the clock, your hour gone.
Yep.
Like, time to get up out of here.
Re-recording, punch-ins, all
it's
that.
Like, it's difficult. Like, and a lot of people don't get. And a lot of people that go to the studio for this. Y'all, we in the studio, guys. Y'all check us out. Like, it's a flex. Like, if I can get the same stuff here at my crib, like, I mean, people that want to go to the studio for the building. It's not even like you're
Right.
there for you're there for the flex.
Right.
Like pull up in the studio, man. Like y'all not even. You spent $200 for 4 hours. Y'all ain't even gonna get no work done.
You ain't gonna get no work done. And the thing about it is that, you know, it's kind of like everything is a flex. Like,
Talk to me.
You pulling up in the McLaren in front of the club or the restaurant is a flex. Meanwhile, somebody else pulled up in the Honda or the Ford or whatnot, got them to the same destination. It's A to B. It's just all about flexing, you know, for most people. Like, there's no real incentive or benefit for a lot of the things that people do. So when it comes to recording, for example, if you in there like, oh, yo, look where we at, we in the building, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you burning through your time. Like, you know, recording, we in the building, you burning through your recording time.
Unless
like, you better get to it.
Yeah, it's like, unless a label paying for your studio time. Because that's the thing, a lot of people don't get it's like.
Which is worse, because that's coming out of your incentives.
It's like, I feel
contractually.
I remember I was doing the first Snow Jams, and the guy that was performing, he was talking about, yeah, man, when I get paid next week, I'm going to go back to the studio. Every paycheck, I go to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, think about that. I think about like this. Think about back then, just hearing when you go, it was like the hunger that everybody had back then.
Right, right.
You know, sacrifice the paycheck. You got to make sure I got to pay this bill, but I'm not going to buy this so I can put it into that. Like,
right.
When you get the home studio, like, what's the point? I got a homie right now, got a whole home studio, but he still go to the studio.
What? Why he do that?
Him got kids, boss. He like,
damn,
my kids be there. Like, dude, I'm like, if that's the case, bro, just record when they sleep.
Yeah.
Record at night, like. I know
that's rough.
I'm like, I'm not paying no $50, $60 for studio time. I got it at the house.
Right.
That's like having a car and taking the bus everywhere. Like, I don't want to pay these gas prices. Like, what's the point?
You negating the point.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, that's the most, like when you get around other people that's serious, independent artists, you hear their stories, you hear everything they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hearing, I just finished up an EP. I'm gonna end up working on the EP. I'm starting this project. Hearing what everybody got going on, like,
right.
It's dope. It's cool to me. I like hearing that.
It's 2:00.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Right.
But it's like it's like you hear the drive. Like, then when you see the person probably get done, oh, you finish it up. Oh, I was there when you first started. You was telling me about it. It's good, right. But like, people just think, oh, he got a show, but you don't know how long it took to get that show.
Right.
You don't know how long it took to get this venue. You don't get what went into doing this.
They didn't see what went on the back end.
Yeah, they don't get it. And shout out to my homegirl Terry, cause I know she watching this. Like, she understands. Like, she's like, yo, they don't see the ins and outs. Mm-hmm. They don't see the emails upon emails and the check-in. Like, yo.
Even for the singers too, when they go and work on their vocal lessons, and they gotta pay for classes for vocal lessons to make sure that they projecting right on stage. Like, all of it is out of pocket. It's a cost, and you know, it's for the love of the art. It's for the love of the game. Why we get on the stage and do what we do, and so. You know, it's one of those things where I always tell people, support local artists.
You have to.
Support your local artists. Going to see the big names, that's all well and good. That's cool. I got my favorite people that I like to go to concerts too, but support local artists.
Because, like I always say, we in the crowd thanking everybody before and after the show, taking pictures, hugging, selling merch, all that stuff. Like, you want a t-shirt, yada, yada, yada. We doing all that. So it's like, we want to give you a memory of us. Like, oh, we remember when they used to be in Deep Ellum. We remember it was at this spot.
And one thing is that we don't know, right? Because the attitude has to carry no matter how big you get to. So the things that you're doing as an independent artist, you have to do as a big artist as well. Because that's what gravitated people to you. That's what drew people to your persona, to your artistry, to your craft. Mm-hmm. Is that if you shaking hands and kissing babies with 10 fans, you better do the exact same with 100 fans, the exact same with 1,000 fans, the exact same with 10,000, so on and so forth, because each one teach one, and you're bound to reach them all. And what you don't realize is that every encounter that you have is an experience within itself. It's not just about the music. It's not just about the artistry, but it's also about learning, living, loving, laughing, like going forth in life and actually experiencing this thing that we call life with people. It goes beyond the stage, beyond the mic, beyond the lyricism, beyond the notes that we hit. It's about interacting and engaging with people and having a heart for people.
Moments, like I said, when God proposed to Sham, that was a big moment in our show.
That was a moment.
That was like, if you wasn't there, you didn't get the experience.
Should have closed the show, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yo, that's funny because
right.
We know where we're going with that. It's so funny, but no, it's like it's one of the things. Like, if you see the picture, like, I missed that night. I was gonna be at the show. I was gonna come. Yeah, you missed it. Like there's never gonna be. Unless somebody else proposed or somebody going to labor at another
propose in the middle of their set. Yeah, that was crazy.
You ain't never going to like witness anything like that. Like we just about giving moments to people and like really giving y'all something to when you leave. Because everybody who come out here, they leave home happy.
Right.
They go home happy. Like I had a good time. It's like even if you feel like you didn't give your best at that, like yo, you really did good, man.
Right.
I really think you did great, man. I didn't even know you was going.
At the end of the day, if somebody says, I'm glad I came, like, even if you didn't want to go, like, you may have been tired, you may have been whatever, but when we leave you with an experience and you say, I'm glad I came,
yeah, man,
hey, that's what we do it for.
Yeah, it's like, because I feel like everything we do is like, I like bringing us together. That's my thing. I like bringing us all together. Like, I love seeing my brothers and my sisters. I love them. And, like, it's just having that time with them on stage and seeing everybody. It's like, it ain't like we sit through everybody say, like, we've seen each other do the same songs all the time, but like I want to see you perform the song. That's my favorite song.
Cause the energy you give, it's like you could perform, like Around the World in 88 Days. You could perform Green Tea 1,000 times. You know that's my jam.
Yeah.
Like green tea. That's all I need.
Like half step, no half
that's
step.
my joint.
That's like Dallas with you and God, all the stuff, and what we doing now?
Time Lapse.
Time Lapse. That's my joint. Like hearing that, and the best thing about when you hear the people singing the song with you.
Right.
And like when that happened for me at the Sweets, I'm like, yo, y'all know this joint? Like y'all really been listening, all right? Like
you felt like Tyler at the pop out.
Yes.
You know this. You know.
I'm like, yo, like. Cause like when that happened, I didn't even notice it till I went back and watched the video.
Right, they were singing along with you.
Oh snap! Bad.
It's a moment. It's a feeling.
Yeah, like
it's a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, it's like even if you felt like if you didn't have no confidence on that stage, you hearing them people singing with you, like yo. And like
it was when they were singing "Live That Way" with me. I was like, yo, like I just put this out too. Like,
what's that joint there? The video I seen of a dude like that. They were singing. He stopped. He was looking around like, y'all singing my joint? Like, I seen the video like the dude, like he couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, like,
right.
It's like, yo, that's fire right there. Like, yo,
but hey, when talent and preparation, kicks in, and then you get on that stage, hey, it all culminates into a beautiful moment and feeling that, you just can't get anywhere else.
Nope.
Okay, one more thing I want to discuss is talk to the people about things that you can do as an artist to get your music out there to the people, because it's not just about music anymore. It's about the approach. It's about the engagement too. So think about one thing, how we were talking about off camera. I wanted to add this on, the part about streaming platforms. Like basically I've been hearing a lot of artists saying that they were taking their music off of streaming platforms,
right?
But they have a little bit of a following, and so they said they were taking it down because you could get it direct to consumer from their website, from their Bandcamp, things of that nature. But as a smaller scale artist, is it wiser to leave it on streaming platforms and then also on the back end say, hey, if you want to really support my music, come to my individual website, buy it from there? Like, what do you think about those things?
I say this, I would tell people, I told our friend Nicole this, I said, leave your music on Spotify and Apple Music. Keep it on there because you don't want to take that away from the people. He's already built traction.
Right.
What you can do is make a Bandcamp account and give on, if you release a project, have something to come with that. Like if it's an extra 2 songs or a video, that something that...
A package deal.
Okay. Cause on Bandcamp, a lot of artists don't know you can add like a bonus track on there, a bonus download, or a clip from a show. Cause you know how some artists do like pop-up shows that you didn't know they had a show. Like, wait,
right.
so the Tune had a show like yeah, you didn't know about it. Yeah, it was a private show.
Right.
Didn't have like set from the show, like 15 minutes from the show, and whatever. Something that drives people like, oh, I know if he puts a product there, it's gonna come with something. I don't know what that something is, but it's gonna be something that's gonna make me want to buy it. Cause I feel like a lot of artists, you just can't, especially if you up and coming. Like, there's no reason for like, yo, nobody's gonna like just go to your Bandcamp just because like
right.
I'm not like you got Apple Music. No, I got Bandcamp. What's Bandcamp?
Right.
I don't. Now you got to go to your phone. Like, got to get a link. You got to send it to them. Like, nah, you don't want to do that because everybody like, yo, if I can't type it in on my phone,
if I can't click the app at this point because of the short attention span and the instant gratification and how easily accessible things are, you have to give them something quick and easy for them.
Exactly.
So for me, I was thinking about that when we were talking off camera. And I was like, nah, we got to add this because those things are super pivotal and important for an artist because you got to think, for example, people rely on streaming services.
Yeah.
So they rely on Apple Music, they rely on Tidal, they rely on iTunes. So or Spotify, I should say. So just relying on that isn't enough. Yeah. And sure, you'll get a little bit of a kickback, but it takes, for every stream, it takes so many streams to get a cent. So by the time you do that, somebody could come over to your page, pay $10 for the album and be done. And you'd have made more than however many streams you needed to get to one album sale.
And I think a lot of these record labels and a lot of these people, they know
that.
They know we're smartening up, and they're trying to stop that.
Right.
They trying to like, nah, we can't let them do that. So it's like, but then again, Bandcamp is kind of sucky too because they get a percentage of off of what you make though. So I think if you sell a product for like $5, they're gonna get like at least $2. So you really not getting much. So you gotta jack the price. Okay, it's gotta be 10 so I can get this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
to cover that loss.
Yeah, you gotta cover. You ain't gonna take a kickback. So it's like, yeah, you gonna say your music on the site, but we're gonna get a percentage of it.
Right.
So it's like, that's why I say, for the most part, I say this, and you can quote me on this.
What's that?
Vinyl records came back. He got a record player. CDs are gonna come back. So these physical copies are gonna make.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I still got a CD player on my computer. Nowhere else in the house, but
I'm telling you, bro, like CDs gonna come back, man. We never thought record players would come back.
Right. I got a ton of vinyl records too.
And so it's like CDs will come back, and these CDs will be like, oh, and like then if you get a CD, it's like especially like a limited amount of that. And like you can only get this at shows and yada yada yada, or like you want that if you're a fan of this.
It's something about having something tangible and physical that you can remember. Kind of like you posted my mixtape on Instagram, talking about, oh, look what I found. And it's like an old mixtape where there'll never be any more copies of that made again. It's online, but you can't get physical copies of that, and I'm not making it anymore.
And he gave me that CD the first time we first linked up. Like, yo, he came to the crib like, yo, here this. I appreciate it. I had it. I listened to it and I put it. Like, no, I'm keeping this, cause one day there's gonna be something that nobody else has.
Right.
So it's like you gotta have little things like that, like little things like that. Cause like I know that to make his day, cause I ain't seen that in years.
Right. I mean, of course, I still got a copy, but yeah, like. That's one of those things where whoever has it, and you'll never get it again. The same way like going to a show and you're talking about merch or something like that. There was a hoodie at a Lupe Fiasco concert that I went to, and it was for his album Tetsuo and Youth. He's never made that hoodie again. I didn't buy it. Pissed me off. Why didn't I do it? So little stuff like that is when your mind is on it. If your mind is on a concert and that person's coming to town, go. If there's a piece of merch and you want to buy it and they ain't gonna have it again, get it.
Because I've always told him.
Know.
I told him about, because I don't think he was thinking about that. I said, yo, we need something that's only for shows that nobody else can get. That's only a show. He's like, yo, that's a great idea. I'm like, that'll make it even more people want to come to shows, because like some of the stuff I have that he's seen, like merch people like, I can do this for a shirt.
Right.
Especially for snow jams and stuff like that. Like, you get a Snow Jam 6 hoodie, you ain't gonna get that logo no more.
Right.
That show, like, you got like you can like, yo, is it ever gonna be like a retro like Jordan? No, you're not gonna get this unless I got some extra. You can get it, but once they're gone, they're gone. It's like I didn't get that when it came. I hate, like, you know how it is to miss something. Like
right.
And it's like you hate yourself for it. Man, I can't believe I missed it.
And second guess yourself. You should have just went ahead and got it.
Yep, I've been there before. He's been there. We've all been there before.
Right.
So it's like just little things like that. Like, that's how I feel like.
Yeah, these are all things that can boost engagement with the consumer, and it's all things that independent artists should definitely think about for sure.
You should, cause like, if I could go back and tell myself this when I started years ago, I probably would be like, yeah, a little further.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, I've always had the mindset of stuff like this, but just like doing it. Because I think a lot of people are scared to do it, take that chance on it.
Right.
And you got like, yo, you don't want to take all your music off of Apple Music and Spotify and be like, where can I hear your music on SoundCloud? People still use it? Like, people,
right.
People like.
Yeah, I forgot the app was on my phone.
On SoundCloud, nobody.
I ran by it the other day. I said, what? Oh, snap, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, nobody really uses SoundCloud like that anymore.
Right.
I mean, some big artists use it just to have it on everything, but like, it's rare. Mm-hmm. That's like, you just starting out, then you move up to Apple Music.
Right.
And all that. Shout out to the person that put me on DistroKid. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait, either all you gotta do is pay such and such for the year, and you can upload as much music as you want. Oh, for
right.
real?
And then you put me on the DistroKid.
Yep. So. It's like, hey man, it's a network. Like,
Yep.
You want to look as professional as an artist as possible, cause you feel like, I hear SoundCloud rap, he ain't know.
Right.
It's like, unless you got a following that you can thrive off of Bandcamp, and like, especially Bandcamp. I know an artist right now, he don't even have music on Apple and Spotify. He got like a couple songs, but all this stuff is on Spotify and on Bandcamp. Mm. He thrives.
Really?
Yes. Mm. But he came up in the Dallas area where when people start really caring about bars, and he had a following, and it just
took off after that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are just some of the things I think are super pivotal and important that, artists can do to kind of add to their legacy and add to how they engage with fans is, you have to give them something other than just music. Mm-hmm. And when you realize that, because it took me a while to realize that, and I was like, nah, you're right. And I think we talked about this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you put me up on some game, and I was just like, nah, you're right. So it's all about just, reacclimating yourself to the consumer, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you got to find a way to always innovate. Like, when I told him years ago, like, yo, after the last show, I think we did IBK, mm-hmm. I said that next year we not doing no more free stuff. Because we didn't give these people too much free stuff. Mm-hmm. So now, it's like, we back in the, gotta do free stuff again. Gotta build this audience up because...
And did you notice, like, when we stopped doing the free shows, the first ones we started doing, you gotta pay to get in, $10, whatever. Like, you start seeing the trickle-down effect of, like, the crowds aren't as big. Then they start climbing back up because we have to make that readjustment and bounce back up.
Yeah. Because I feel like the other video that we performed at his birthday event, like, you're good, but you could come back to get that crowd up. Like, we can do that, don't worry about it. We can do that, but just know you build it, they will come. Right. And so you want a bigger crowd, and we knock these shows out the park, then come back, had them up to capacity. Like, let them in. Don't shut them out. Let them all come in. Right. You wanted more, and we gave y'all more. Like, make room. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And you hear a lot of big artists talk about that too, where they went from a crowd of 10 people, 50 people, 100 people to where they are now, megastars. So,
it's like,
it's all about the journey.
And I remember that first show we did at IBK. Mm-hmm. The crowd was kind of, it was not thick, but it wasn't thin. But that next show, our crowd kept growing. Right. And growing, like, it's like, we...
Then management switched. Then the place shut down.
And then he called me. I remember the day he called me, my mom was coming from the grocery store. He called me like, We gonna do a show. We book a show for this day. We got it back though. We gotta keep that momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
Like he called me in the daytime. Like I think he was at work.
Right.
He called me like this dude never called me like that. Like he was like,
what's
going on?
Hey, what we did last night, we gotta keep that going.
Bro, we gotta keep the shows going, bro. Like, yo, he never called me like that. Bro, what's going on? He was hype. Like, bro, what's good?
Right.
Like, yo, man, like, yeah, we gotta do another show. Like, bet, let's go. Like, he said, book it. He said, man, he told me, like, book it now. Like, I got you. I'll do it. Like, give me 15. I called. Dude said, all right. I said, we got it. Bet. And the rest of history, like, and our crowd just kept growing and growing. Like, him and God talk about how packed we had IBK. It was like, it was nice, but, like, people couldn't even stand up.
Right.
It was, like, elbow to elbow, like people like it was just insane. So like, but once you lose all that, like, damn,
gotta start back from scratch. So August 30th, Bathhouse Cultural Center, White Rock Lake. Like, man, hey, come out 7 o'clock. Make sure that y'all are ready. Free show, free. You cannot beat FREE.
You got myself, Altitude, Nicole Marie, Adriana, and got Sarah Tops.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a great time. Like, it's gonna be fun. Like, we kicking it going into the fall. Like, it's still gonna be warm. It's still gonna be a little hot, and you can come out. It's at night, so it ain't gonna be too hot. So come on out, have a good time.
Absolutely. Make sure y'all stay tuned for my album coming real soon. I'm gonna have a date for y'all coming up shortly. June. Anything you want to tell them? You just released the project.
Yeah, 88 Tape Volume 2. Check that on all streaming platforms. It's a good time. Yeah, man. More music coming.
Alright, all the links will be down in the description. Go and check that out. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, man.
Do that.
You know you want to. Until the next video, I am Altitude, representing Building Never Minds, the hip hop workshop, renovating minds one rhyme at a time. This is Soundcheck, and this is the homie June 88. And until the next one, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace. One love.